Yo guys, what is up? Dave here, just making a video today for you guys. This is kind of the history of Combat Arms modding for me, Combat Arms modding and hacking. I figured I would take all the Combat Arms video footage I have from way back in the day and compile it into one gigantic video and then share it on MPGH. So this is, for all those guys, this is basically the history of modding from my perspective, and I don't know, I figured it'd be a fun project, and this is it, so I hope you guys enjoy. By the way, I apologize for some of the quality of some of the videos. These videos, some of them were recorded at like 480p or like 144 because the Combat Arms in-game recorder is what I used to use, and it was god-awful. And I also was playing on a very bad computer at the time. Like, it was an HP laptop that literally burst into flames on my lap once. That's how bad it was. That's not an exaggeration. It actually did. That's how that computer died. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace out. Laters. So this is some of the earliest footage I honestly have of Combat Arms. This is when infinite ammo was actually first discovered. This was Matty Patty and Acid Burn. I don't remember how I got the footage for this, but I put it up on YouTube and it grew in popularity from there. So that was infinite ammo. It was pretty cool. Big step. So this was a simple mod that just let us pick up these boxes that gave us superpowers from long range anywhere. Pretty cool. Something I discovered really early on. So for a long time, wall hacks were actually a really big deal. We were doing these all by actually modifying the game files. We were modifying a file called the rs.res. It was basically what was called the render style editor. And we had so much freedom with this. We could do pretty much anything. And this is just going to be a long list of videos. I'll just leave the game audio playing because I'm not going to talk over all of this. But I have so many examples of what we could do, and this was simply just by modifying game files. It was so cool. But I'll let you guys enjoy the gameplay that is involved with this, and I'll talk to you guys after with the next mod. Actually, I'll talk over this one real quick. The point of this res hack, or this res wall hack slash cham, was the fact that it actually made players glow when they would be blinking for some reason. So like when a player would have invulnerability, they would blink in white like you can see there. They would glow very brightly if there was a status change in their character. So basically what ended up happening with this is I used it as like an ESP through res modding. And then I ended the game really quickly, so rip headphone users. Sorry about that. So these were some weird chams. The file texture would actually change depending on the light and depending on your character. I don't know, I thought it was cool, so I made them and I released them way back in the day. That's it. Enjoy the gameplay of this until it runs out, and I'll talk to you guys with the next mod.
Round start.
So this was actually like an ESP of sorts. It would make players blink during their spawning animation, which was really cool because we didn't know that you could actually do that. And there was a hack at the time called Spawn ESP where it would show players on screen if they still had the invulnerability or invincibility from spawn. It was really cool, and something that we didn't know we could do by modding the game files the way we were doing it. And yeah, so I made a release of it. Here it is. Enjoy it. The gameplay audio is not there, so I'm going to keep talking until the end of this clip, and the clip is over. So this was another weird wall hack. I know this is just a big section of wall hack in the video, but I promise there's other stuff coming. This one, basically, depending on the light, it would be how translucent you were, or how transparent. It was just a really cool little gimmick thing. It didn't really matter much. Depending on the light, you would be really solid or very see-through. It was cool. I liked it. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll be back with the next mod. This is just another version of the glass jams. This one may do even more transparent. Like, as you can see, I'm completely invisible on the screen right now. I wasn't invisible to other players, so it was actually very useless to have this mod exist at all. But it was still cool, and it still existed. It's just, it was kind of useless. But enjoy the gameplay. But I think this is one of my better games. I was not good at the game, so saying this is one of my better games, kind of hilarious.
Round start.
Double kill.
Hey, same team! I'm empty!
Double kill.
Round start. Round start. Round start.
By far, probably my favorite wall hack that I ever made. This gave a little outline around the characters, and this was actually made by hex editing the file. So this was all done simply by guessing, honestly, and I just figured out which file, or which byte was the right one, and then, you know, I'll talk about this mod as well. This was another mod that when you would crouch, it would actually shoot your camera high up in the sky, and the way the weapons work on this game engine is the weapon is actually attached to the player camera. So you could actually do what we called virtual jump. We could actually do virtual crouch as well, as we called it. It would put us on the ground. But this would be virtual jump, and we could shoot people from high in the air behind rocks and stuff like that. It was a really cool mod. You know, this game, we just kind of destroyed it over time. But enjoy the gameplay. I'll be back with the next mod. Another outline res jam. This was another one that was actually done by hex editing, and this one was done entirely by accident because I didn't know how to do solid colors, and I ended up doing it, so it was cool. Just another triple color outlined res wall hack, just another one. I know these are starting to get boring, I swear. I think this is the last one, I promise. Enjoy the gameplay though. Because, you know, I was kind of good at the game, so I guess it's kind of entertaining to watch me play the game. I wasn't good at the game. I'm totally making jokes.
Round start.
So we're finally out of the wall hacks, I promise. There's going to be wall hacks because it's what I used, but this is another example of V-jump, and I was also using what was called jump key. Jump key was kind of like a levitation glitch mod. It allowed us to basically jump over and over and rise into the air. As you can see I'm doing right here. Every time I hit the spacebar on the computer, I rise a few more pixels in the air. Sometimes it would drop you back down if you tried to walk forward or backward, so it wasn't like a fly mod, but it worked insanely well, and you could actually glitch onto higher places and like through things. It was so cool. This is probably one of my favorite mods. There's going to be a bunch of examples after this, so enjoy them. Just another example of jump key. This is what would happen if you did it indoors. It actually worked better on indoor maps, and we could get up to this spot that was kind of a glitch. We weren't supposed to be here, so it was really cool. So I was trolling some really dumb kids. They didn't know I was hacking or modding. I got up here during a little game, and they were freaking out. They were like, "Oh my god, how'd he get on the train? Oh my god." I was just telling them it was a glitch. I jumped on top of somebody else's shoulders, jumped on a part of the train, and got up here. They were trying to get to me. They couldn't get to me. And since it was melee only, knife only, they were basically stuck down there. So they couldn't finish the game unless they got to me, which was hilarious. And, you know, I'll just let you watch them troll me till the next mod, so enjoy it.
Alpha Team wins. Round start.
So this is the 100% final edition of Jump Key. You can see how high in the air I am on this map. This was a really cool map to play on too. But this is just how high in the air you could get. I could have kept going. It was basically possible to get past sky limit and just unload everything. I think somebody eventually sniped me out of the sky in this clip, but I'll let you figure that out pretty much at the same time I do by just watching the rest of it. So I'll talk to you guys at the next mod. So this is actually a hack. This is called Life Taker, something I haven't seen in any other video game pretty much ever when it comes to hacking. But basically this would let you set another player's HP to 0, and then you could just keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them, and you could max out the EXP you could get pretty much in a game. Combine this with something like OPK or remote kill or teleport kill, and you basically won games instantly because you could just rack up the kills. So this was a goal that my friend Sean and I set out to do. There was one game mode in Combat Arms where you could basically get an unlimited number of kills. And as you can see there, I have 305 fucking kills. We are using Life Taker combined with Rapid Fire combined with Melee Spawn. And basically what we're actually doing is just trying to get as many kills in the game as possible. My friend Sean is just standing in a corner where nobody can get to him. He glitched into a little spot. And we're basically just trying to rack up as many kills as possible. By the end of this, I think this is like a 4.5 minute long clip of me just doing kills. You can basically only get 100 kills per every couple of seconds. So we had to kind of do it in bursts. And then I have to wait 5 seconds, hit myself with some instant health. We were actually doing this with weapon spawner, is how we would get the items. And weapon spawner is something I'll talk about in one of my other videos. But that's going to be a part of this montage. This is going to be like an hour-long video, I think. But this is just, it was so cool to try to do this. Eventually, somebody finally just either killed us or the game crashed. I don't remember. But I'll let you guys just enjoy the next like 2 minutes of this, and you know, I'll talk to you at the next mod.
Unbelievable!
Wins. Round start.
Unbelievable! 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 Unbelievable!
So I told you guys I'd talk about weapon spawn and all that, and here it is. This video is actually after weapon spawn was patched. It only worked on the training map at this point, but I believe we did find another way, and this is just me messing with airstrike missiles out of a basic gun because we also found a way to control what bullets were being shot out of a gun. But this was weapon spawn. Weapon spawn basically let us spawn any weapon we wanted, and we could pick it up and we could shoot it. It was great. So I had actually entirely forgotten the name of this clip. This video, this small clip, is literally called How to Be a Dick with Weapon Spawn. I am just in a map, basically sitting there spamming. This is a really small map. I'm basically just spamming missiles and blowing up everybody just constantly until I win the game. It wasn't fair. I was being a dick. That's why this clip was called How to Be a Dick with Weapon Spawn. So enjoy the rest of it, and I'll talk to you at the next mod. By the way, RIP headphone users. I gave you a warning. This is a warning. I'm telling you. RIP headphone users. The volume of this is about to go up a little bit, and I don't know if it's going to be too loud for some of y'all. So, RIP headphones. So for some odd reason, at the time with Combat Arms, when I was playing it, there was like an unannounced competition. This was just something modders were doing. We were basically trying to make the fastest possible throwing of grenades, and I pretty much won because I threw a grenade every millisecond. So that's pretty much all this clip is, and you're about to see a lot of speed ups that I'm actually kind of proud of. The next one's probably going to be instant airstrike if there isn't another grenade clip. I'm still going through like 50 more clips. I'll be completely honest. I'm not going to include all 50 of those in this video, but this was just the fastest. I literally called it the fastest fucking nade ever. And I made a nade wave. It was so cool. But anyway, guys, I'm glad you're enjoying the video. If you've made it this far, please subscribe because it would be really awesome. I promise it's worth it. Totally just doing a shameless plug right halfway through my video at 23 minutes and 4 seconds as of now. So I'm going to stop talking. You guys can enjoy it, and I'll talk to you at the next mod.
Grenade! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole! Grenade!
So this was instant airstrike. This was a mod that basically would just let us shoot airstrikes at a very rapid rate. Originally it was about 45 seconds for an airstrike. This took it down to literally about 16 seconds. It was really cool. Another example of basically instant grenade throw. This was actually an early version where it wasn't every millisecond. This was like every half second it would throw a grenade. But the switch was actually faster on this one. So it was actually really cool. This is basically before the last clip you saw about the grenades. And I know this is, you know, kind of out of order, but I actually figured it'd be cool to have something in between that wasn't always dealing with the grenades. So I'll talk to you guys in the next mod. It'll be pretty good, I promise. So in Combat Arms, there's something called cam damage where the screen shakes when you get hit by a grenade. Basically, this mod just removed it. That's all it actually did. It wasn't anything special, it just removed the screen shake. So this video is actually showing off a number of mods. It's showing off instant nade, it's showing off my custom weapons, it's also showing off lag removal. Basically, it was just a modification of the client that basically would make animations faster to get things off the screen more quickly. So this is Instant Airstrike V2. This one was actually faster, believe it or not, than even the last one. I also used this with a few other mods, but this was definitely the best one. Combined with Weapon Spawner, I actually got to use it a lot more quickly, and you can hear a sound effects mod that I'm going to go over in a second on another mod. So in Combat Arms, we had our version of the noob tube as well. The noob tube was basically the Law rocket launcher. It was very cheap to buy from the weapon shop. And what I ended up doing with this was I added the Super Mario sound effect of the bullet bill being shot. And actually, if you could see the rocket bullet actually flying through the air, it actually was a graphic bullet bill. This is when I started getting into custom models. I'm going to show you another custom model here in a second as well. It's going to be my little bomb arms for mines. This was actually the first custom model mod I ever made for Combat Arms. Now granted, they're not exactly bomb arms, but they're still cool. This was just the first custom texture, custom model, custom 3D, anything that I had ever done on any game. So it's really cool. Nobody else could see them, unfortunately, though, so that kind of sucked. But, you know, enjoy the gameplay. These were my little bomb arms. These were my pride and joy at the time. So this was my Firework mod. This mod basically allowed me to shoot a rocket and it would actually just push out a firework animation instead of the original explosion animation. That's pretty much all this is. It's not that special, but it was hard to make at the time because I didn't understand how that stuff worked. But you know, I was pretty happy with its outcome. It was a cool mod. So this was my Res VIP package that I had released on MPGH. It had several mods in it, including this left-handed Glock that I tried to make. Didn't go too well, as you can see. It's a very shitty looking gun and very shitty looking animations. My dual Uzis that were converted from sleeper cell, my long-range Papa Box pickup, and this was the long-range gun pickup. Basically, I could pick up any weapon on the map. This is the only view you're going to get of that. And then V-Jump. This was the Res VIP, basically, the modding VIP. Just another custom model. I bet you can figure out what it is. Something that just shouldn't have been public. This gave us the way to basically instant win that game mode. We could just instantly get the gold and put it in that circle, and that ended the game mode. In this clip, I actually have a program a friend had made for me. I didn't know C# at the time. He made me a little program. Basically, this would spam the key to pick up the gold, and I could do it by hotkey in the game. It was just a little C# form that would spam the E key. I didn't even know how to do that at the time. And this helped me win the game pretty much instantly at any time. So enjoy the modded gameplay. I'll talk to you at the next mod. This video was originally titled The Day in Hell. This is basically us just tormenting a game, me and a couple friends with some VIP hacks. One position kill, remote kill, infinite ammo. We basically just destroyed this game. It was kind of terrible, and I felt bad for the people afterwards. I honestly did. It was pretty bad. Oh well. So this was a really weird mod. I basically set the dimensions of the 3D model of the character to 0 and tried to walk, and it would just glitch the hell out. But it resulted in no fall damage. It resulted in just no players on the screen. It resulted in a lot of many things. By the way, you also just saw a clip of one of my other custom models. That custom model was the Zelda shield, the Hyrulean shield. That was another cool mod that I made. And then Papa Box pickup too. So this is actually something I should have put with jump key, but this is a little different. This was actually just the elevator mod. Basically, it would just put you inside someplace that you shouldn't be able to get into. I actually found this before jump key, and then after jump key, that was just the improved version of this. But basically, this was just a way to glitch inside places that were normally too high to jump into. That's pretty much all it was, because it modified your jump height, but you couldn't like float like in jump key. It was a cool mod though still. It was useful. Sometimes. But enjoy the gameplay. I'm not sure how long it lasts on this clip, to be honest. After quite a couple years worth of learning, I had finally learned to make custom maps and convert maps from other games and stuff like that. And this was the first map I ever converted that actually worked with combat arms. As you can see, I was actually using the instant nade as well, and I was using a custom gun that actually didn't work too well. I was basically destroying this place, but it was a cool map, and there's going to be more videos of it after this as well. So the reason I actually didn't move in that last clip is because if I stepped on this platform, I fell through it. But that was something I fixed in this release. This is custom map version 1.1. It was a cool map. This actually shows me running around it. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of it, and I'll show you guys another clip of the mod, or the custom map after this, but just enjoy it, and I'll talk to you at the next clip.
Fire in the hole! Grenade!
So at this point, I had let the community on MPGH pick a name for the map, and this was version 1.2. I had learned how to add weapon spawns to the map so I could spawn in weapons. Also, this is just more running around of the map and some edits, like graphically, to the map. It was a cool map, and I loved running around it. I don't know if I have any more clips of it, but we'll find out, I'm sure, after this. So this is just one more custom map. It was just a very small circular room. This was just like a test map for combat arms. That's all, or the Lithtech engine itself. It was just a little test map. It was really cool though. I learned how to spawn NPCs and stuff like that. It was really useful. Learned a lot about this, and this is actually how I ended up making my own FPS game later on to fight against zombies and stuff like that I actually had never released. But we'll hit up the next mod here in a second, and we're pretty close to the end. So enjoy it. So basically, anytime I spawned on a map, I fell through the map, and this is what it would look like. We called this getting neck-zoned, because you were getting owned by Nexon, because the game engine just utterly sucked. But, you know, after this clip, actually, I'm going to show you some of the montages that I made. I actually only have one montage, so I don't know why I say multiple. But you know what? Hey, enjoy the montage. It's basically a fail-tage, and it's really cool. It's kind of funny, at least in my mind, but I think that's because I'm the one that made it. So back when it was cool to make montages, I made a little modding montage. Wasn't too good, but you know what? For somebody who didn't have any video editing skills, this was pretty good at the time. I could probably do a lot better now, but I'm lazy, and this is about as good as it's gonna get, but enjoy the fail-tage. I'll talk to you guys at the next clip. So if you've made it this far, you're ready for another hour's worth of video, right? I'm serious. I got an hour's worth of this gameplay of me doing this all by myself. You guys ready for it? You're not? I don't blame you on that. I'm not ready for it either. I don't want to edit an hour's worth of video and make this an hour-and-a-half long video. I'm going to actually cut to my favorite mod I ever made. I'm going to show 2 videos of it. It is my favorite mod. I'm not even going to talk over it. You guys will understand why it's my favorite mod. And I think it's the best way to end this video is to talk about, or to actually show my favorite mod, and then, you know, that'll be it. I'm going to explain this real quick though, since I am showing it, just using it as a joke. This is basically weapon spawner with weapon stacking. Basically what this would let me do is it would give me unlimited choice of guns. We didn't have unlimited ammo yet at the time, but then on top of that, we also had what was called infinite first aid. Infinite first aid was basically just med packs sitting underneath me on the ground. But you know what? We're going to skip right to my favorite 2 videos, my favorite mod I ever made. I actually submitted this for mod of the month, and I almost won, but people think I cheated. So, you know, it's whatever. I don't care. It's still my favorite mod I ever made, and I will forever believe it to be my favorite mod that I ever made. So I hope you guys enjoy it, because I'm not going to talk over it. I'm just going to let you guys enjoy. And here we go. My favorite mod for Combat Arms that I ever made. I mean it. It's my favorite. I don't know why I didn't hit stop on the audio recording. Alright, I'm going to hit stop now.
2 hours later.
I got it!